to my show. Y'all, this is happening. Goddess on the Rise. I'm your host, Sarah Berg. Goddess on the Rise is all about empowering women, learning how to love yourself no matter what phase of your life you are in, and living a healthy lifestyle. So buckle up, girlfriend, because we are going for a ride. Hey everyone, it is Sarah B here, and this is a super special episode I am recording today. So, as some of you might have known on are you serious right now? My gosh, okay. You guys will know what I'm talking about here in a minute, but as you guys know, I had asked you guys what you would want to know if I did a podcast with my husband. And well, lo and behold, he is here today making all the funny faces and probably going to be cracking all the jokes. So if you have children in the room, you may want them to leave or you want to hold this podcast off till later because only God knows what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm not going to edit any of it. I want this to be super real and raw. And that way you guys can kind of see the man that I married because he is something else. So without further ado, my husband, Chris. Okay, introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Chris Berg. Also, they call me Dale, a.k.a. Breezy.
Okay, is that all?
As of right now.
As of right now. Okay, so what do you do?
I'm in the military.
What branch are you in?
I'm in the Navy.
What do you do in the Navy?
I'm an AO, ordnanceman with P8s.
Sweet. How long have you been in for?
About 5.5 years.
Yeah, pretty close. Okay, so why don't you... Okay, I'm interested to hear. So someone asked us to share our love story. So I want to know, like, what your perspective is on it. So, like, you share what you think is our love story. Go ahead.
Well...
Okay, guys, none of this is rehearsed. Like, he has no idea what we're going to be talking about today and the questions I'm going to ask him. So this is, like, really, like, real and raw. So this is going to be real good.
Well, I think it's like the movie Goofy at times, and also it's like a love story once upon a time.
Oh my god, he's being so cheesy. Okay, but tell them like how we met and all that kind of stuff, like your version of all that, like the highlights. Like tell them like when we first met and like all the good stuff.
So we're talking online, and we're on Facebook. And I asked
No. What is the first app we met on? We didn't meet on Facebook.
Meet Me?
We met on Meet Me.
But then I went to Facebook.
Yeah, we did go to Facebook.
And then I asked her to come over. And I had to rehearse my turkey calling for my speech class. So I thought, might as well let her come over and see what she's all about. See if she stays with me, then I'm like, she's the one.
What?
And if not, then I guess,
you guess what?
I guess she wasn't the one, but obviously she is.
Okay, well, so, that's kind of what happened. So, we were talking, and we ended up meeting up for the very first time on October 3rd, which I know that's kind of weird to say the date, but it's significant because it was my mom's birthday. But, like, he says he would have known I was the one. But so we met up that night, and, like, it was so weird for me. Like, we were just driving around Donaldson, which is the town he's from, and practicing his turkey calls, which was, like, so freaking weird. Because I was like, what? I'm just meeting this kid, and he's, like, practicing turkey calls? Like, this is just weird. And then we hung out for a little bit, and then I was like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. So we didn't talk for a while. Like, that was in October. We didn't start talking again until January. Do you remember when we started talking in January? You do? What do you remember what it was?
I mean, I just randomly called you and talked to you.
Yeah.
And then asked you to hang out again.
Yeah. He just like, so we hadn't talked from like October to January, and he just randomly called me one day, and like we were on the phone for an hour, and I remember telling my friend at the time, I'm like, this kid is weird. Like, who just calls someone and talks to him for an hour? And then all of a sudden he started showing up at the Y where I worked out. Like, he'd find out when I was working out, and he'd show up there, and then we'd hang out. And then, okay, what was like the biggest point that you remember that we like started dating? Do you remember? I tell this story all the time.
When I went to your house?
Yeah.
And you were on a date with someone?
No. Okay, he just randomly showed up at my house. And I was like, dude, what are you doing here? Like, my parents are home. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to come hang out. And I just kept thinking, what the F? And he's like all dressed up nice. He comes in, meets my parents, and then sits down and watches a movie with us. And I'm like, is this kid for real? And then I was like, okay, you got to go. Because I was getting ready for a date that night. And he's like, oh, I'll help you get ready.
See, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. He helped me get ready for this date. And then my mom was upstairs with us too. And she's like, you should just cancel the date and stay here with him. And I'm like, seriously, Mom? And then he was so cocky. He was like, well, I'll just go ahead and stay here and wait because I know this date isn't going to last long. So, like, he stayed and hung out with my parents as I went on this date. First time meeting them and everything. And I was like, God, this kid is freaking weird. I wish you guys could see his face right now because he's, like, cheesing like a little kid. Okay, go from there. Like, what do you remember from there?
All I remember is staying at the house, watching the movie.
Yeah.
Wait till you come back and ask you how it went, and you're like, it was okay. So I was like, so we're officially dating now.
Well, yeah. I think we were, like, still talking, though, because February 14th, it was, like, well, maybe we were dating, because I remember February 14th, like, you asked me to be your girlfriend, but I think it was already, like, assumed.
Yeah.
And that was the day you told me you loved me.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell the rest of the story. What's significant from there? Like, what do you remember?
I remember that was on Valentine's Day and you were really nervous.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because of the past Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, you went there. Yeah, my past Valentine's Day experiences have never been that great.
So then I thought, well, I'll make it good this time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I remember having a dinner at the table with some candles, I think. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cooked us, like... actually, you ended up cooking.
I think I went out with Megan that night, too.
Mm-hmm. But then you guys cooked and Cody was over.
Yeah, I think that was probably part of it, too. But, like, skipping, like, going fast forward, like, past Valentine's Day, what other things were, like, significant about a relationship? Like, what happened after that?
Well, not long after that, like, I ended up going to the military.
Yeah. What happened before you went to the military, though? You don't remember? You gave me a promise ring.
Oh, yeah, the promise ring.
Well, that's a big deal, I feel like. We had only been dating for a couple months. Like, so we...
But before I remember that, the only thing I remember is you bawling your eyes out. Like, you saying you didn't know if you were going to stay with me, but then you bawled your eyes out when I left for boot camp, so I was really confused about that.
No. I said I didn't know if I was going to stay with you, but then you, like, gave me a promise ring and, like, made it sound like I was kind of, like, the one or whatever. So then I decided I was going to stay with you because I was like, wow, he's committed, you know. Because if you don't know my husband, if you didn't go to high school with him, he was a playa, as in, don't give me that look, as in he would talk to a lot of girls and that's it. He would, like, talk to them and then just ghost them, man. Like, straight up just stop talking to them for no reason, right? No. What do you mean no? No? No comment? Is it no comment? Apparently that's no comment. Okay, moving forward. So you go to boot camp and then, okay, so this is literally like the timetable of our relationship. So January, we start dating. February, March, he gives me a promise ring. He's in boot camp until May. I see him again, and then I fly down to Florida a month later, which is where he was stationed at a school, and I saw him for like what? How long did I, like 3 or 4 days, right? Before I started nursing school.
Yeah, like 3 days.
You
talking
closer.
about
in Pensacola? Yeah, I went and I flew
Yeah,
down.
but before that, reversing that a little bit, when I got out of boot camp, you were rushing to get to see me, so you had to pay a taxi.
Oh my God, this was great.
And it was like $80.
Oh gosh, yeah. So I was not working very much because I was having some health issues, and my mom had gave me money to go to Chicago with his family to see him graduate boot camp, and it was like a decent amount, man. It was like probably like $200, and he told me that he was gonna have to get to the airport to go to his A school at like, what was it, like 1 a.m. So, and we were in Chicago, and I got a taxi driver to drive me 20 minutes to the airport at like midnight, 1 o'clock, so that way I could have like, what was it, like 6 or 7 extra hours with you before your family got there. And I paid $80 to this cab driver. I swear to you, I thought I was going to get murdered. And I'm pretty sure his family thought I was like a nut job because I did this. But I don't know. Was it worth it? They can't see you. They can't see you under it. It was worth it. It was crazy. I can't believe I did that. But
And I think that was when the Starbucks thing came up.
what Starbucks thing?
When they said you drink a lot of Starbucks.
I drink a lot of Starbucks. Really? I thought that was that one night when we were about to get married. And they said that to you.
Didn't you drink Starbucks there too?
Yeah, but not that much. I remember going and getting Starbucks with Chloe and giving her her first Starbucks. But I didn't get to drink that much because they didn't want to go. Yeah.
But they knew then you liked Starbucks.
Oh, probably. I'm sure. Who doesn't? So then, yeah, I went and visited him in Pensacola. And that was pretty interesting because, again, I didn't have a lot of money back then. So I bought my own plane ticket with my grandparents' help. Like, thank you, Grammy and Papa. And then we rented a car. And like I said, didn't have a lot of money. So do you remember that hotel I stayed at?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Ghetto. Like, it was so scary. I was so scared to sleep in there, but it was good. It was good. Everything was good. So I went and visited him there, and remember, once again, at this point, we've only been together for like, well, we've been together from January to June, but like actually together and not long distance, only about 2 months, right? 3? Well, January, February, March. Yeah, I guess kind of. But yeah, so not too long together, but long distance for 6 months at that point, because it was June 1st when he wrote in the sand while we were at the beach, "Will you marry me?" What?
You gotta replay the first part.
What's the first part?
When I said it
Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys, I forgot about this. We were in this janky hotel, the one I was staying at, and he gets down on one knee and he asked me, "Will you marry me then?" And I was like, "Wait, what? Are you serious?" And he was like, "No, I'm kidding." And then got back up again. And then the next day, we went to Waffle House, and then we went to the beach, and he wrote it in the sand, and I was like facing the water, and he was like just messing around with the sand. At least I thought he was. And then he had me turn around and said, "Will you marry me?"
Was this before the ski-doo?
Oh God, the ski-doo. I think it was after the ski-doo. Tell him about the ski-doo, because you love that story.
So, I rented a ski-doo and asked her if she ever ridden in one before, and she said no. So I was like, ooh, this gotta be good. So I rented it and went. We were just going like probably 30 at that point, and then I saw there was no ships or no boats around at that time, so I was like, I'm gonna kick it up in gear and go 100. And so I went 100, and then I turned it real sharp, and it flipped us both off. And then at that point, I was like, I didn't know where the key was. I didn't know if it went clear down the stream or if it was right next to us. But luckily we found it, and she wasn't very happy.
Well, okay. First of all, there were boats coming when we flipped. And, like, hello, that hurt. And I was freaking out because I couldn't find the key. So, yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. But let's just say, like...
And at that point, I didn't know she didn't know how to swim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't know how to swim. So, it was a great experience. But here's what I remember. Okay. So, if you don't know my husband, he is the biggest cheapskate there is. Like, if it's on sale, like, he's still gonna contemplate buying it. So the fact that he spent like almost $200 on this ski-doo, I was shocked.
Was that much?
It was that much, he said. I think it was like 100 and something, almost 200.
I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. So yeah, he asked me to marry him in the sand, and I said yes. And then later on, I was like, okay, I'm going to call my mom. I was like, you told them, right? Like, you asked for my parents' permission. And what did you say, Chris?
No.
So,
Was I supposed to?
Yeah. So, needless to say, he did not ask for my parents' permission. So, I just, like, I didn't really tell many people that technically we were engaged. And it was really crazy because... Did we know you were deploying at that point? I think we did, because you deployed in August. I can't remember. But no, you deployed in July. Because remember, after I went and visited you, you deployed in June. Jeez Louise, I can't get it right.
June.
Yeah, it was June. After you got done visiting, you came back home and visited. And when he came back home and visited, you asked my parents at that time, after he had already asked me, he asked my parents, like, you know, can I marry your daughter? And how did that
It was more like Kip saying, do you have something to tell me?
Yeah. And then, so how did that conversation go? Didn't they tell you no? And to wait until after deployment and kind of see how we were doing then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fast forward, we made it through deployment. Crazy. And then he got back in November. I was still in nursing school, so I couldn't see his homecoming. And then December, the day I was done with finals, I flew out the next day to actually go see him. And that was when he was back in Virginia Beach. And then we flew home together for Christmas. And Christmas Day, he proposed to me. He put an ornament on the tree with my ring in it, a wedding ring that he had bought. And... then we got married 4 days later, December 29th. So, and we've been married ever since, and it's been, 6 years? We celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary in December, and 6 years together this month. 4? No, it was 5.
2015?
No, we got married in 2014. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah. So, yep. Crazy. Right, yeah. It's been 5 years. It was 5 years this year that we've been married. Yeah, dude. Can you believe it? Okay, so that's pretty much our love story, but the good parts, well, the interesting things are that me and Chris were born on the same hospital the same day, 10 hours apart. So he was born before me, and both of our mothers' names are Heather Michelle and Heather Marie, and our social security numbers are 1 number apart. And what else? We've always been in the same place at the same time. My Grammy works for the business that his grandpa used to own. Our parents got divorced pretty sure the same year. Our sisters are 1 year, 1 month apart. Our niece and nephew, like his sister's daughter and my sister's son, are 1 month apart. He asked me to marry him on my Grammy's birthday. He gave me my promise ring the day my mom and dad got engaged. We met on my mom's birthday. Like, there's just so many coincidences, like, all throughout our time. What are you laughing at? I just looked over at him, and he's, like, smiling, like, all cute and shit. But anyways, there's been so many coincidences the whole entire time we've been dating that I don't know, it just okay, super cheesy, but kind of feels like it was meant to be. What do you think? Are you going to talk? Okay, talk.
Like your princess stories that you like?
Like fairy tales? Okay, so those are like, I don't know, the big things about us. Now we're going to start with like more questions.
You forgot to mention about Madison, how I used to hang out with her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, so one of my best friends, we like drifted apart a little bit, and he hung out with her like the times where we had like drifted apart, and it was just because like she was in 8th grade and I was in 9th, so I had went to high school and she was still in middle school, so we weren't in the same school. So, and of course that happened to be the time that he had been hanging out with her. So it's just crazy. It's crazy that there are so many coincidences. Like we were always at the same place at the same time, like just nuts. So, okay, now we're gonna start with questions. Okay. It's like a fire round. So these are like super fast. So you just like answer as fast as you can. Okay. You good? Okay. We had to pause there for a second because he's freaking out about these questions. Okay. Get closer. Okay. So who is up first in the morning?
It's been me here lately, but a lot of times it's you.
Yeah. Usually it's me, but okay. Who takes longer to get ready?
You.
Okay. Who apologizes first after an argument? You.
I'm the only one that apologizes for the most part.
Oh my God. Well, it's not my fault. I'm never wrong. Okay. Who said I love you first? Wasn't it you?
I think it was you.
No. I never say I love you first.
You did.
No, I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. Okay. Who mentioned marriage first?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Women always mentions it first.
Oh my God, I'm going to kill you. Okay, who makes all the decisions?
Well, we already know that.
Who?
You.
Me? Okay, so we had to pause again because Mia decided it was time to drink a crap ton of water, like super fast and super loud. But anyways, during that pause, Chris admitted to saying I love you first. So there.
Don't lie.
Yeah, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay, who is the messiest?
Ooh,
That's you.
Well, it depends because your clothes is all over the place.
Okay,
I forgot for the longest time that we had a chair.
Okay, I am not the messiest. I'm just more cluttered. You're the messiest.
There's a difference.
Yes, there's a difference. Okay, who wears the pants in the relationship?
Well, I try to, but you always do.
I let you think that you do.
Yeah.
Okay, who's more into their looks? That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, who spends more money?
You.
Totally you. Who likes to shop more? Okay,
You.
That's me. Okay, who has a bigger wardrobe?
You.
Yeah, me. Who is grumpier in the morning?
Me.
Yeah, you are. Who does most of the cooking? Mua. Okay, who's a better driver?
Me.
That's me. No way. He is, oh God, like driving Miss Daisy. Okay, who cleans more? Me. Ooh, who gave the first kiss?
You did.
I know. Remember when our first kiss was?
Yep.
When?
Our first date. Our first time.
Together. Yeah. In your bed, and it was October 3rd. You kissed me first. Christopher Dale. He's just nervous his mommy's gonna hear this, and she'll find out that he snuck me in the house.
Pretty sure she knew, but alright.
I don't think she did know, because you were like, you gotta be quiet. Okay, who made the first move?
You did.
I did not. You lying sack of potatoes. Okay, who does the dishes? Me.
Not here lately.
Okay, I just had foot surgery, sir. Who does the laundry?
Me.
Okay, so the deal was he hates doing dishes and I hate doing laundry. So most of the time I do dishes, he does laundry, but a lot of times I do laundry too. Who's the bed hog? That is you and Mia. You know it is. Okay, who's always running late? I don't know.
Neither one
I
of
don't
us.
really think, yeah. I don't think we run late. Who takes the longer shower?
You do.
Yeah, me. Who is the biggest baby when they get sick? And that is you, sir. You know it. He's laughing. Okay, who mows the lawn? When we have a lawn, it's him. But I've mowed it before, too. Who is the best taste in decorating? And that would be me. Who has the best taste in music?
We both like the same amount of music.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Besides, I don't like Taylor Swift that much.
I don't know how I married you.
And Backstreet Boys, I don't know about them.
Simmer
either.
down. Let's not even talk about this. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so that's all the questions. But one question I do want to ask is what... Don't give me the crazy eyes. Okay, what is your favorite quality of me? Like, what's your favorite thing about me?
Well, my favorite thing about you
Yes.
is how beautiful you are and how caring you are on the outside and inside.
Oh, you're cute. I
And
kind of
your
like
cheesy
you.
smile.
My cheesy smile. You make me get cheesy smile.
And then it's funny when ever you're thinking and concentrating really, really hard, your tongue gets out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You always have to point that out too, don't you? Okay, what's your biggest pet peeve of me? Like, what's the biggest thing that drives you crazy about me?
Your laundry being on the chair.
All the time. That's why I'm gonna get rid of that chair. I'm gonna sell that couch because it's this beautiful gold vintage couch, and I made it into a love seat, and I took the middle piece out because it separates like that, which is so cool. And I put it upstairs in our bedroom, and now because it's in our bedroom, I always put the clothes on it, and he hates that.
For a while, we used to have one of those open chest things.
Yeah, my hope chest was
Your
at the
hope
end of the
chest.
bed.
And then I would forget about that because that would have clothes all over it, too. So, just because there's a chair and a hope chest away don't mean she's not going to find something else.
So, one time he was getting on me about putting my laundry away, and so I just threw it in my closet and shut the door so he couldn't see it.
But I found out.
Yeah, but you can't see it, so why does it matter? Okay, I hate putting laundry away, dude.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, so my favorite quality about you is how you...
Oh, the other thing I
What?
don't like
Oh.
is how you
More.
like to cluster the room up with plants everywhere.
Okay, my plants are in my kitchen, and that is it. And we don't talk bad about them. They can hear us. Plants are good for air quality, and I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants, okay? That's not that many.
That's what a hippie would say.
Well, call me a hippie then, baby. Okay.
I mean, you are wearing the
Tie-dye shirt.
tie-dye shirt.
It's so comfortable, too. My biggest pet peeve about you is, well, we all know your negativity drives me crazy because I'm just not a negative person. And that really bothers me. So it's something we're working on. But also the fact that when you eat, like, with your hands, you get, like, mayonnaise or ketchup or some kind of dipping sauce all over them. And then, like, you don't even know it's on your hands. Like, you're touching other things in the house and your pants. And it's just like, oh, my God, stop it. That is my biggest pet peeve.
Because you think I don't know that it's on my hands?
You don't know. Because every time I'm like, you got something on your hand, like, before you touch anything, and you're just, like, looking around, like, oh, and then by then you've already got it all over the place.
I know it's on my hands. I just get rid of it, like, trying to slide it.
Oh, my God, that's so gross. I hate that. And also a little bit, okay, your obsessive-compulsive disorder can be cute at times, but sometimes you're a little over the top with that, you know? Like, you, like, are, like, everything by the book 100% of the time, always, forever. There is no white gray area, no whatever. No. Like, yeah, you're crazy about it. Crazy. But I'll tell you one of the things I love about you.
But guess what?
What?
Did it save your car a few times?
Okay, a few times. Anyways, I'll tell you what I love about you. Do you want to know? No, you don't want to know? Okay, well, I'm telling you anyways. I love the way you make me laugh and smile when I definitely don't want to. Like, that drives me insane, but then it's kind of cute. That's a pet peeve, then. It's kind of cute. Okay, it's kind of cute. It makes my day. And when you, oh my God, when you twirl me around the living room, like, holy moly, it's on.
What about when I sing?
And when you sing to me. That's really cute. When you give me the, eyes. Yeah, those eyes. Those eyes.
You already said them earlier, but you use it in a different term, I guess.
You know what I call them? Okay, like I said, if you got kids in the room, get them out. But I call them the sex eyes, I swear. He has sex eyes. Everybody's got them, I swear. But he's definitely got them. He's got the sex eyes. So that brings me to my very last thing.
Yeah, before I even come near, she knows because she's like, nope, not right now.
Because he comes at me with those sex eyes, man. No, those are crazy eyes. Okay, last question. What do you do, or what do we do, or what's one way that you feel like we keep the intimacy alive? Like, we're going on 6 years of being together. So, what is one way you feel like we keep the intimacy alive?
Like our relationship?
Well, like, yeah, well, our relationship and then, like, intimacy. Like, getting intimate together. How do we keep that fun and interesting,
Well,
you can say whatever you want. I mean, people have been warmed.
Well, I guess I listen to you.
Yeah, like how so? Like, what do you mean? How does that keep the intimacy or the relationship alive?
Like when you say you want me to pay attention to you more and play before you guys go in.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. I didn't mean to go that much into detail. Okay, we're just going to leave that there. Anyways, so... No, that's hilarious. I'm not gonna delete it. It's too good. I mean, it is honest and true. Like, always like listening to each other and respecting each other in the bedroom, outside the bedroom. Like, I think those are really important things in any relationship. And just knowing that, like, I think the biggest thing is like, no matter what, just listening to each other. Like, it doesn't matter if, okay, so say someone wants to do something, inside or outside the bedroom, whatever. I think it's important to listen, and even if that's not like your thing, just be respectful and, kind of be open to what you want and what you don't want, right? Like, he's shaking his head yes. He forgets that we're recording and no one can see us right now. I wish you guys could, because his goofy smile just makes every conversation really, really great. But I think that's the biggest thing about keeping any relationship alive, or any intimate relationship alive, is just honesty, respect, and make sure you're really listening to each other, and communication. Like, if you don't like something, then say you don't like it, or if you want something else, like, just be open to talking about it and make it a safe place,
Working out.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing, yeah. Working out.
Beach body.
Yeah, we love our beach body. But we work out a lot together whenever he's home. And, okay, if you don't know, that, like, really helps with endorphins, which I'm telling you, those ladies, those endorphins can work for you when you're not in the mood. I'll tell you what. But... I can't believe I just said that. Huh? You can't believe I just said that? Yeah, so working out together is another really good way that we kind of... I don't know, build a relationship, do you think? Like, I mean, how does working out help us? Like, I know it does help us, like, but how could we explain that? Like, how does it help us,
Well, endurance.
Okay. I don't know. I just think it's fun to, like, push each other, though, when we're working out, and cheer each other on. Like, there's been lots of times where I felt like I couldn't go anymore, like, in my workout, and he always pushes me and tells me, like, get out of my mind, and helps me.
Mind over matter.
Yeah, mind over matter, for sure. And then, like, I don't know, we always do date night. And Date night doesn't have to be anything expensive. It can be going for a drive. It can be going on a hike. It could be working out together. It could be game night. Or it could be some fancy date. Like one time, the sweetest thing he ever did, I was having a really bad week at work. And he was off on a Friday. And I was at work. And he called and made dinner reservations at this super fancy restaurant that I had no idea he even knew about it. Because I didn't know about it. Picked out an outfit for me to wear, laid it out on the bed. Mia.
Talking about Norfolk?
No, I'm talking about Le Connor, that Le Connor restaurant you took me to. That was only like a year ago. And he laid out this outfit on the bed. Came home, he told me, get dressed. He had a surprise for me. And he made dinner reservations at this super fancy restaurant. And it was just wonderful and super romantic. And I don't know, I just really loved that. I thought it was really sweet. But we do date nights like every weekend. Every weekend, I say we go on dates, don't you think? Like, we go on drives and hikes and new adventures all the time. For sure. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up? No? I thought you said you wanted to say something in the podcast. You haven't said yet. Nothing? Okay, this is your chance. About cooking on high?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say
You were going to say it. He told me earlier today when I was cooking, bacon, and I had the skillet on high heat, and that's one of his things. I think that's one of
That is a pet peeve.
That is a pet peeve. I cook everything on high.
Because then she's like, I don't know why my pans go bad when I get these really nice pans, and it's because you got it so hot that it scorches the pan and ends up warping it.
Okay, I kind of disagree with that because it cooks faster, and I've had those same pans since 2017.
It doesn't matter how fast it cooks because it's on a skillet. Now, if it was really high heat inside a oven-based thing, then I can see that. But it's an open-based oven. It ain't gonna get it ain't gonna cook up any better because what it ends up doing is burning it instead of getting it a cooked brown crisp. You're just burning the outside and the inside's still probably cold.
Okay, Dale. And Mia had to add her 2 cents in too. She apparently agrees with me, so appreciate you backing us up, Mia. Appreciate it. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap this up here, and I just want to thank you guys so much for listening today. And as always, I'm going to end with a positive affirmation, and these are obviously going to be tied in today's episode, and it's going to be all about relationships, so relationship affirmations. All right, so here are the affirmations for today. I have a loving and supportive spouse. My life is full of happiness, love, and satisfaction. I have an amazing relationship with my spouse. My spouse feels at ease with me. My spouse loves me and respects me. There is harmony and respect in my marriage. Our marriage will become stronger and happier. Our marriage will be happier and healthier. I will focus on the positive aspects in our marriage. I will work things out with my spouse in a calm manner and mature level. All right, guys. I appreciate you so much for listening. And of course, please subscribe, rate, and review. That way I know if you are enjoying these episodes or if there's something I can work on. You are more than welcome to email me, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, and share any suggestions or any topics you might want me to cover in the future. And I just want to say, throughout this podcast, me and my husband, we have a super fun and flirty relationship, but that doesn't come without its struggles. There's many times where we get in arguments. There's many times where we disagree, and things can just be hard and rough, and it's never perfect 100% of the time. And I just want you to know that we pray about it. It's not an unrealistic relationship, where everything's perfect 100% of the time. We know there's a lot of shit we go through. And I just feel like it has always made us better as a couple. We grow through it together. And there's just been so many struggles that we have gotten through in the past. And I think it's just made us who we are today, and better like every year. I honestly, there was a time where I thought we were going to get divorced. There was a time where I didn't know if we were even going to make it in our marriage. And there has been times where I really just don't like him, but that doesn't stop us from kind of pivoting in our relationship and working on things that we both know we need to work on. And with that, I think comes communication. Communication is absolutely key in a relationship. And I feel like that's something me and my husband can be very open and honest about. There's no secrets. It's always just kind of, honestly, our family isn't around, he's in the military. And so it's really kind of forced us to be open and honest with each other, because really we're all we have where we're at. So just being very supportive of each other and each other's ideas is another really important thing. So I just didn't want you guys to hear this podcast and be like, oh, wow, their relationship is perfect, because it is far, far, far from that. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you can find my Instagram, my Facebook, and my email in my show notes. But in case you were wondering, my email or my Instagram is goddessontherise_. So you can find me over there. And you can also find me on Facebook at Sarah Brooke Berg. All right, guys. I hope you loved this episode. And if you are entering my giveaway, that is going on currently, and I will announce it on social media here soon who the winner is. So you have a couple more days. I'll be ending it on Sunday, so go participate in that if you haven't already. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you once again. Bye.